the good fortune of being mentored by a wonderful lady. Deborah Maffett was her name. She was Miss America in the early 80s. And my first experience with her is we sat down on her sofa one day and she said, grab a piece of paper, let's just make a TV show. So I just furiously took notes and she came up with this TV show. And within a year, I was in Nashville interviewing country music celebrities, and we actually created the television show that she had on paper that day. So that was my first step in awareness of like, you can create things and build things and do things. And so from there, I moved to Nashville. And when that show had run its syndication run, we were in about 83% of the country at one point, which was pretty impressive. And so then we opened up a television station. Roy Spear, who was the originating founder of Home Shopping Network, had moved to Nashville. He wanted to recreate HSN. And so I just happened to be, right place, right time. And I helped him take this television station, which was basically a license, a piece of paper, into a full-blown WB affiliate at the time. And then inside that facility, he set up a small little shopping network where we were just doing digital satellite only, and we were just selling products very slowly. He just wanted to slowly grow it because HSN here in Florida still existed. He just wanted to replicate it. And so I had a great opportunity to learn how to sell things on television without any risk because no one was watching. It was just digital. So it was really, it was a fun way to learn because, I mean, honestly, I wasn't very good. And then I loved it. I loved everything about it. And eventually there was another network that came to town and I went knocking on that door and, eventually made my way here to HSN carrying and showcasing big brands, Garmin and Bose and iRobot and Canon cameras. And yeah, I've sold everything from hair tools to Pride Beauty, which is a beautiful skincare line. It's been a really exciting journey.
So I want to talk about because I want to double click on something over here because you said in the beginning that you weren't really good at it in the very beginning. I want to talk about the power of practice.
The power of practice is the key to all of it. I mean, when you're learning in a live environment and the stakes are high, it's there's a lot of pressure there. And so for me, I was originally early on focused on outcome. I would parrot a lot of what the other host would say. I would throw in all these little statistics of whatever they said. And then I had a really significant shift. And I actually just shared this with the Tony Robbins International team, literally just on Friday. I had the shift that happened when I just focused on staying in the moment. And I was doing the work. I was doing the live shows. I was watching back all of my live shows, which if you've ever watched yourself on video can be a little painful. Exactly. Especially when you're beginning. But also I just had this shift of realizing that selling is helping, and I wanted to stay in the moment. It's a Zig Ziglar principle. I was reading feverishly book after book after book about sales and personal development at the time. But it was this little shift that I had about focusing on that selling is helping, and I'm not doing something to someone, but I'm helping them find something, whether it's a product or an idea, whatever that journey might be. And so I really think the difference is you're focused on the outcome, but you're also just focused on the practice of, well, there you go, like a Seth Godin, the practice, his book, right? It's that daily, for me, it was daily practice of just showing up, preparing. I think 90% of everything I do in television comes before you ever go live, full on, you're studying, you're preparing, you got to know that inside and out. And then you can just let go and be in the moment. But it's that difference in letting go of the outcome and just keep onward with that practice day after day after day. And then eventually you wake up and you're like, oh, I've arrived. I've done it. I'm good. I'm actually good at this.
Okay, Leah, I have to ask for a personal favor over here. I want to just open up behind the curtains a little bit. What happens behind the scenes? Because you just mentioned to me like a big chunk of it is like right before it actually happens. The actual doing is a small part. It's a preparation. So you can walk me through like how does this all work? Like there's a product that comes on. Like how do you learn? Like walk me through.
Sure. Okay. So in the world of home shopping, I'll give you an example with iRobot. I've repped that brand for a very long time on air, presented that brand. So iRobot, as you know, is a a mobile vacuum cleaner that does the work for you. So initially, any product will come into the network through the buyers. They will make the deal and they figure out the finances and the margins and all of that type of thing. Then it goes into the show schedule. And so it's assigned a time slot that they think would be the most relevant to the customer watching. And then behind the scenes, what's happening is there is a whole production team that is studying this product. What does it do? What's a great demo? What's a great reveal? What are the features and the benefits? What's the benefit of the benefit? Who would want to buy this? And who are we talking to when we're selling this product? And it could be quite extensive, depending on what it is and how new it is to the marketplace. And then there's rehearsal that goes in with a product like that that's very physical. We had a team of people that would test different products of what it could pick up and how much we could actually push it on the air. Like how much sand could we put into that carpet and it still is able to pull out all of that sand. And so all of that's tested, ahead of time before we actually do the demo live. And then you meet with the host, your co-host on the show. And so you have one person that is the product storyteller in the world of traditional home shopping. And you have another person that is it's telling the story of the sale. They open up, here's what the product is, here's how many we have, and then you go into the product story, and then you bounce to the other host that says, oh my goodness, there's this many left, and and then you give testimonials and that sort of thing. So you bounce back and forth with these two hosts. And then, by the end of the presentation, hopefully there are a lot of happy women, usually in our case, that have made a decision that this product is the right product for them.
Okay, so let's talk about part of what we're doing over here, the power of we, is we have two components that we're always trying to do, try and connect. Because whenever I think about a fellow Raven that took the Alt MBA, if anybody reached out to me and says, Avram, I need something from you, I'm like, yeah, when do you want to do the Zoom call? Let's do it. If I'm some sort of expertise, let's say around finances or budgeting, like I'd be more than happy to spend 50 minutes with anybody if they had the question I could answer possibly, if I'm the person that can answer the question for them, or at least help them get on their way. But I want to ask you first off, what's your bold ask? What's something you want to ask the community that you'd really like to get from the community of Ravens out there?
I'm curious in my zone, my crazy world, about live shopping. There's so much chatter now about what's coming next with whatnot. And I've done obviously some Amazon Lives and TikTok Shop. And I'm interested from a business community. What are the ideas that are floating around out there about the world of live shopping or video presentations in shopping, be it ideas or be it in the world of consumer, like physical products as well. I'm just curious about the conversation we can have about that.
So you have your curious hat on, similar to that you had at the beginning of Alt MBA, is like, I see sort of the industry going, but I want to see like what's next. I want to explore different ideas and what's the best way that somebody could do that for you would be like they could write to you something, would they like what's the best way of connecting to you on this idea?
Sure, I'm
What is
happy to
that?
put out some prompts in LinkedIn, or certainly with my email. It's a great way to connect. I'm pretty visible on Instagram and Facebook, so I'm out there, easy to find. Lea Little.
So let's do this. What we're going to do is we're going to end, if you want, at the end, you can use some prompt questions. I'll pop them in, even the notes on this, and then that way you can have some prompt questions. Be able to reach out to maybe on LinkedIn, directly LinkedIn, if they want to connect with you over there. Fellow Ravens and people around LinkedIn can connect and answer the questions if they want. Beautiful. Now, obviously, we always have the end, which is the generous offer. What can you offer other people in a generous way? Alt MBA Raven style.
Mm. What do you need? You tell me what would be the most effective give for you. If you want me to help you sell a product, I'm happy to do that generously without asking anything. You tell me, if it's a video product product you want to sell on video where I could use my expertise, I'm happy to help you. If it is an interview that you want to do on video so that you have some, videos that you have of yourself that you might want to use in the future, I'm happy to do some of that coaching as well. Since I've walked that path, as we just talked about, from not being very good at it to being able to, develop a skill there. So I'm happy to do interviews. I'm happy to share contacts that I have. If you see somebody in my network on LinkedIn that would be of value to you, I'm happy to make introductions for you there as well. So you tell me what you need, and I'm here to serve our community.
You hear that, Ravens? What a generous offer. Okay, beautiful. I want to wrap up over here. Thank you for your time. My name is Avraham Byers. I also have a generous offer as well. I wrote a book a few years ago called Your Magic Number. And if you're like struggling with your finances, you like say, hey, like, how do I budget or how do you get started over here? Or I didn't want to get started on budgeting. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. This book's for you. Just check me out. I'll put the link on the bottom over here. It's a freebie. Check it out. And love to help you out as well. Leah, thank you so much for joining the Power of We. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Abraham. Get the book. You'll enjoy it.